most trustless name in news.
Game-changing contracts. That is what we look for in crypto. Not your run-of-the-mill copy and pasta code, of which many projects rely on, but the brand new code that brings something new to the markets. And today we have that brand new alpha, and we're serving it up hot. So don't miss our dinner rush, because it's time for Chico Crypto. If you haven't noticed, March has been the month of Base. Basechain, the Ethereum layer 2 from Coinbase, has been exploding. Total value locked up in the chain this past month has gone ballistic, going from just 400 million at the beginning of March to pushing towards 1.2 billion today. Basechain has been getting serious eyes, although one of the reasons for these eyes doesn't fit my personal fancy. Last week, the renowned Web3 and NFT artist Beeple posted some artwork, and in the bottom left-hand corner hidden there was a logo for a certain crypto. And it wasn't just any crypto, but a 100% Basechain meme coin called Roost. Of course, this got a meme season going on Base. Meme coins launched left and right, trying to catch that hype wave, which got many eyes on it. But many people got suckered into worthless token pump and dumps. This is obvious when you look at Basechain's ecosystem on CoinGecko and filter by the coins with the biggest losses over 7 days. We can see that a majority of them are meme coins or copy and pasta dexes with meme coin vibes. Alien Base and Daki, copy pasta code dexes with meme coin vibes. Riku and Quack Token, non-playable coin and Base God are meme coins. And then Base X is a copy pasta meme dex. And finally, Moki and Dog and Me, they are meme coins. Now let's look at the alternative, the top gainers over 7 days in the Base ecosystem. Are a majority of them meme coins? Well, of course they aren't. KRAV and Vela are DeFi perpetual protocols. Degen is an L3 for rewarding content creators. Extra, Son Finance, and Moonwell are DeFi lending protocols, and then Base Velocimeter is a liquidity protocol. A majority of the top gainers on Base over the past week are the DeFi builders, not copy and pastas and meme coins. So it's kind of obvious to me, meme coins are just mostly pump and dumps. But if you want to find the long-term value, the projects that are gonna stick around and provide gains that don't disappear in the blink of an eye, DeFi innovation is where it's at. And guess what, me friends? I think I've found a couple DeFi innovators on Basechain that are seriously undervalued. Those that are creating new DeFi primitives that are going to change the DeFi game. So let us begin with the number one innovator, INT, aka Internet Token. Friday, March 22nd, it was launched on Basechain with all the backend needed for the protocol to run perpetually. And then the smart contracts were renounced to the DAO with the governance for the DAO ready to take over 100%. The project is already being fully run by the token holders. There was no ICO. The project is 100% community. I like. But then going to their Twitter, the simple explanation of this project reads easy. It's a perpetual lottery on Base. A DeFi lottery protocol? Well, Chico, come on, this has already been done multiple times. Well, let me tell you, this is more than just a lottery protocol. Yes, the core protocol is a DeFi lottery, but it's different because its function is to run a perpetual, autonomous decentralized lottery, where it works by itself with no intervention or action to ever be taken by anyone. Besides the autonomous nature, it innovates in many ways, so let's begin diving in. So they have tickets that you earn that are NFTs for the lottery. The tickets are earned by buying and selling the governance token INT. The liquidity pool for INT is set up as a Uni v3 pool with a 1% buy and 1% sell fee. The protocol collects ETH from buys and INT from sells, and this makes up the lottery prize, where 80% of the ETH fees are collected for the winner and 20% of the INT fees. So what happens with the rest of the fees generated? Well, 20% of the ETH fees are going to the treasury to be used in the future, and then 80% of the INT fees are burned. So when you buy enough of the INT token that adds up to $5 in fees, you earn an NFT ticket for the lottery and main prize. Now, this is a very innovative design, as crypto is driven by speculation and traders. Traders who like to buy and sell tokens are earning these NFT tickets called TKTs by speculating on the INT token. The more people trade, the better the chance they have of winning the lottery prize for the week. Traders and speculators' activity creates more attention, thus more activity, and thus a bigger prize, and that cycle continues. The protocol is continually generating revenue, and INT is burned through this process, making INT a deflationary token. But the beauty of this lottery is the inherent gamification built in through an innovative way of using NFTs. Besides the main prize of fees, there is another prize built into the protocol. 100 IFT or Infinity NFTs are given out to 100 TKT NFT holders every week, and this number halves in half every 5 weeks. The first 2,000 IFTs, number 1 through number 2,000, are reserved for these secondary prizes. So what's so great about an NFT, Tyler? Well, these IFTs are a tokenized NFT version of the protocol, which has the power of 100,000 INT tokens. So each IFT holds 100,000 INT tokens within it, which can then be also delegated and have the voting power of 100K INT in the governance. And when receiving this IFT, it can be burned at any time, and the person can get 100,000 tokens that it holds. But here is the catch. The unique number attached to the IFT is now burned forever and lost and can never be reused. These can also be minted though by sending 100K tokens to the NFT distributor contract, and the distributor would then mint an IFT and then save the INT in a unique vault for you or someone who buys it from you. You can pick any number you like for this IFT, which is not already used or reserved. So number 1 through number 2,000, you cannot have. Those are the rare ones. So number 2001 to 1 million could be used. So does that mean an infinite supply of these NFTs are available? Well, with the token supply, theoretically only 10,000 IFTs can be in an active state, but that includes the entire INT supply. This will never happen. Thus, the true scarcity of these protocol NFTs is much, much lower. So the beauty of the IFT NFT is unlike any other NFT in the market because they have a floor value which is always 100,000 INT, which as of today is just over $3,000. So the floor price will always be there because it's backed by the INT token, 100,000 of them. But being early with these IFTs could be massive. I would guess in the future, as the DAO will definitely vote on approving it, there will be revenue share for INT holders of the fees generated, especially with that growing treasury. The IFT holders could then be given additional boosts based on how early they were, and possibly by even how rare their IFT is. There is so much more that could be innovated upon with this protocol. It's some of the most beautiful code we have seen in a long time. But a lot of the information I used to create this video comes from a Cal Substack article on the protocol. I've included it down in the description if you'd like to take a deeper dive. But why do I like this besides the innovative design and code? Well, it has support from the developer of one of my favorite and Arthur Hayes' favorite innovative DeFi protocols, the person who created the code for the first decentralized perpetual exchange, GMX. If you didn't know, XDev is the creator of GMX and is still the lead developer of the protocol. As we can see from this tweet, XDev started with the XVIX precursor. It was then upgraded to Gambit, and then that was transformed and they launched GMX. Well, guess what X had to say about INT on Telegram? He shared the project and said, "I did help in the discussion of the token mechanics, and the project has dedicated 10% of the total supply to a bond pool to buy and burn GMX." But then he gives a detailed summary of the project. XDev helped design the innovative tokenomics of the protocol. It's directly tied to GMX's main people and the protocol through bonding. XDev clarified this later in Telegram when someone asked him if this was his work. X said, "I helped with the discussion of the token mechanics, and since 10% of the supply is dedicated to GMX, I'm helping out where I can." And he is helping out big time with INT. XDev has also helped create the governance, creating the snapshot page for easier voting. Then if you go to the INT Telegram chat, X is very active with the community, answering questions regarding IFTs, helping retrieve prizes due to a DEX aggregator being used and getting that prize. And then his help goes on and on. Arthur Hayes loves GMX. Will he love Internet Token with support from the GMX creators? Well, I can't answer that question, but speaking of Arthur Hayes, I need to finish this video up with some information I found on a Basechain perpetual protocol I covered way back during Basechain's initial days. That project is KRAV, the protocol that is innovating by letting anyone use any cryptocurrency to derivative trade with, aka people will be able to use the tens of billions of dollars worth of low market cap shat coins to power DEX derivative trading volumes. I covered KRAV for the first time last year, 7 months ago, in the middle of August. Well, guess who talked about KRAV just over a month ago, which didn't get the eyes it needed? If you guessed Arthur Hayes, you are correct. Arthur released a Substack article titled Chief Story Officer. He then said, "I don't write in-depth micro stories that are often about specific tokens outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum. But it's bull market time, bitches. I've laid the foundation of the significant forces that will drive crypto usage and adoption. It's time to shill my bags." The point of this essay and thought exercise is to provide readers with a view into the conceptual framework that guides Maelstrom. Over the coming months, most of the essays I write will focus on specific tokens we hold and their macro and micro stories. Shill his bags, Maelstrom investments. Well, one of those stories is there's a way to use tens of billions of dollars worth of low market cap shitcoins to power DEX Quanto derivative trading volumes. Project in question, from Arthur and his investment firm Maelstrom, it's KRAV. Then if you go to KRAV's Twitter today, they now say, backed by Maelstrom. From that essay, it's pretty obvious to me Arthur is bullish and him and his fund are holders of KRAV. Maybe Arthur does watch Chico Crypto? Maybe not. Cheers, viewers. I'll see you next time.
The most trustless name in news.